Narcissistic people will always think that they are all that because their ego is so fragile and also huge that they're so insecure and immature and toxic, very, very childish. Again, you have to remember that you're dealing with a child if you are dealing with a narcissistic person. They might look and sound like an adult, but they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually within a child. You're dealing with a selfish toddler who has a huge but fragile, sensitive ego. They are very insecure, and so this is why they project their own issues on to other people. And so this is a big reason why, if you want to claim your life back from them, your power back, and you don't know how to do that, you don't know how to become a super empath, but you are a sensitive empath, highly sensitive person, Earth Angel, Starseed, a God's chosen child, so you are sure about this, but you don't know how to proceed, how to be taking your personal power back, how to really detach from them, especially if it's your own mother, your own father, your own family members, like it usually is for us chosen ones, Earth Angels and Starseeds. We are born into these toxic families with narcissistic people in them. So, of course, now as an adult, you want to and you should be protecting yourself, being aware of these patterns and when they happen and how they happen. Because they always act in patterns. And yes, like I said, they think that they are all that because that is just how they need to think. They need to be in control. They need to be right about everything. They need to have power and control over you when you are a sensitive person, which is, again, of course, not acceptable, and you should not be accepting that treatment. And that is why I'm here to help, here to talk, here to write, doing my work so that I can encourage and help and support you, because you are one of my people. If you have found me and my work and my energy, my work, my message resonates with you. I'm also a survivor since childhood, and I know how difficult and painful these things can be. So that is why, of course, therefore, I can help you too. And again, you have to remember that you're dealing with people with no soul. Their soul has been replaced with a demonic entity, demonic energy, demonic being within them. It has taken over their life. And they can be a malignant narcissist that is very malevolent, or it can be a covert narcissist. Of course, depending on the situation, what the situation is, what kind of a narcissistic person it is, and how they are abusing you. These can vary, of course, but this is why we have to be aware of when these things are happening, because we need to be saving our own lives. Naturally, we're not here to be killed and abused and taken advantage of just because we are kind and trusting people. And also, I want to share some tips right now in this recording with you, that how you can be proceeding if you feel stuck right now. You need to really identify who you are and where you stand in life right now, and what kind of company do you want to spend your time in. Are those people who are around you really caring? Are they really supportive? Because if they are not, nobody deserves constant abuse, attacks, and disrespect. So if those people are doubting you, bullying you, disrespecting you, questioning you, making you question yourself, first of all, this is a huge red flag, a huge sign that you should let go of these people. So how do the people around you make you feel? Does it seem like they are narcissistic? It is important to really be clear. Are you dealing with narcissistic people, or are they just immature people? Toxic people can be immature and not necessarily narcissistic. But this is why you need to be clear about the difference, who you are dealing with, when you are dealing with, and who you let into your life, who you trust. Because again, people should earn your trust, especially when you have been very abused. So in order to avoid being taken advantage of and walked all over again, because likely you have been going through that your entire life. So in order to avoid that, you need to be aware of these patterns. Because again, you need to trust yourself. You need to value yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to know where you stand in life. You need to know what you want to create and do and be in life. Everything begins within you. Nobody else can do these things for you. So you have to be cultivating self-love, self-trust, getting to know yourself, empowering yourself from within as you do these things, as you take these conscious steps. Because you need to start taking some sort of action steps that you can be freeing and liberating yourself from this abuse. Yes, those scars can remain, but they can heal. And I am proof of that. I have done that work my entire life. And I have been able to cultivate true self-love and inner peace. So avoid them as much as possible. Be aware. Listen to your intuition. Because they can be everywhere, seriously. They can be everywhere. And I'm sure that you are tired of being attacked and harassed and bullied and used and taken advantage of. And you don't need to be staying in those patterns. And that is the purpose of my mission, of my work, is to be exposing these issues and to be helping my people. So when you are a deep feeling person, you can trust easily, you open your heart easily. It is important to understand that not everyone deserves those things from you. Not everyone is qualified enough to understand how you operate and how sensitive you are. I just recorded a short, created a short video about how to outsmart a narcissist. So I do recommend that you do watch that. It is just about a minute long, and I'm sharing important insights in that clip, so that you can start to be the empowered you that you have always been within, who you are supposed to be. So you're not supposed to be that victim. You are not a loser. You are not a victim, seriously. Even if you feel like you are, it's natural to feel like you are, but you have to get on your own side and start supporting yourself. Start cultivating that self-love, so that also brings more personal power. Because you are not here to be liked by everybody in this world. We do not need to be liked by everyone in the world. No, it just does not work that way. There are so many different people in this on this planet, in this world, that it's simply impossible. But you have to be the love and the light and the peace who you are. You have to be holding on to yourself, to your own identity, your own soul, your own power, and not be giving it away freely to those who do not deserve it. Not everyone deserves access to you. They don't deserve a word from you, not even a thought from you. Because you are so loving and kind and sensitive and giving and open-hearted. So start understanding and getting to know yourself and your talents, your gifts. Be cultivating your ideas and inspirations, and that will also help you detach, for example, from your narcissistic parent, narcissistic mother, if they think that they can just still control you, have their hooks on you, have all of the power and everything over you, because, again, that's what they want. But you cannot be dealing with that. How can you ever be fully yourself as an adult if you are always letting somebody control you and have power over you? Like you don't have your own brain, like you don't have your own will, your own opinions, your own rights, your own self, your own identity and soul. Because you need to have those things. They are naturally given to you by God. And what I really powerfully realized as I have been going through the spiritual war ever since I've been a small child, a defenseless child with no support around me, that now I realized, and I want to share this thought, that you need to decide and take your power back, take back what is yours. You cannot be waiting around and asking for the narcissist to change or to heal or that you could fix them or something. That's not going to happen. It's so rare that you should not be holding on to that false hope, false belief. So decide and start taking back what is yours immediately, even if it takes a legal action. Because again, if you don't do that, if you don't take any action, if you don't support yourself, if you just let yourself be a doormat, if you lose yourself and your soul and your voice and everything, like I was losing, I was deeply depressed, seriously depressed, and nobody even asked me how I'm doing. So I have had to really dig deep and to be rescuing myself. And I can say that Jesus is real, God is real, the angels are real, I'm an earth angel, and I had to discover all of this the painful way possible. And it is war, it is pure war, because these people want your mind, they want your health, they want to be destroying you completely. But I was going to say that if you do not do anything, nothing is going to be changing either. You cannot heal if you do not take any action. Your life cannot change if you don't take any action. And this is what I'm here to help with. For example, if you are interested in my one-on-one calls, you can book a call with me. Also check out my self-help book and start taking care of yourself, because your life depends on it. Your entire energy depends on it, and you deserve the best. You don't need to be stuck, suffering, alone, especially when there is help available. So I can do that. I can provide for you. If you're interested, get in touch with me and book a call, and we can talk, and you can tell me what's going on, and I will honestly help you through.